Hello YouTube and welcome back to my new channel, Transform Not Conform Ministries. My name is Joshua Smith. The purpose of this channel is to basically help young people transform their lives to be more like Christ's instead of conforming them to be like the world's. Right, today's video is about analogies. It's a bit different from my past videos. Basically, my mind seems to understand things a lot better when it thinks of them in terms of analogies. So I'll be sharing with you an analogy that I feel God has shown me, and it helped me understand my Christian walk a lot better, and hopefully it'll make sense to you guys as well. So here we go. So I think when our lives are basically a bit like having a car. When we're born, we have our car, we don't know how to use it, we don't know how to control our own bodies really, we need looking after in nearly every way, we don't know how to even turn on the car basically. And then as we get a bit older, we learn how to do certain things, we learn how to control the car basically, and we come to a point in our life, usually like 10 years old or something like that, and we can basically control our own car, we can drive it. We might not have control over all the circumstances around us, but we can still control our own bodies, control our car, and do what we want to do in our own bodies, and yeah, you know what I mean. And then basically that means we go onto the highway of life and we start driving down this road. And there may become a time in our life where we become a Christian, and that basically means that we put our insurance policy in God's name. So when that time comes eventually, at the end of our journey, when we have the accident where a car gets written off, or when we die, we know exactly where we're going, what's going to happen, and everything is going to be taken care of, and we don't have to worry about what happens after we have the accident or what happens after we die, because we know that our insurance is in God's name, and that is where we're going to go to heaven. And also when we become a Christian, it's like Jesus comes into our car with us, and he is the navigation system as well, and he will guide us and he will be with us in that car for the rest of our lives, and there's nowhere we can go where we can get away from him, because he's in there with us and we just literally can't get away from him wherever we go. And then we just carry on going down the road of life. And the thing is, Satan has put up tons of signs telling us where we should be going, and millions of people are listening to these signs because they really don't know any better, because they haven't got anyone else guiding them. And there's tons of these signs saying, come this way for fame, come this way for riches, come this way for nice cars, come this way to get be amazing, have tons of followers, come this way. And there's millions of people going down this road. And the thing is, we should be listening to Jesus for our guidance, and he will be guiding us off this main big road down loads of little bumpy side roads and dangerous roads, and quite awesome, you know, they'll have an amazing view, but they'll be really dangerous. And the thing is, there'll be other people coming in the other direction telling us we're just totally nuts, because why aren't we going onto the big highway, and we'll be going against the flow of people coming in the opposite direction. And the thing is, it's very important to remember, if you never bump into Satan in your life, you might be just travelling in the same direction. Remember that. So we'll be going down all these side roads, and they'll be dangerous and they'll be bumpy. And there may become a time in our life where we may get married, or we may have children, or we may get a big job. And the thing is, it's so easy to put them in the place where Jesus is meant to be sitting. We put them in the back seat and we start looking to them for our guidance instead of listening to his guidance, and we sort of put the navigation system on mute, and we sort of forget he's there, and we focus all our attention on these things like our spouse, or our children, or our job, or what we're doing at the time, or our hobbies, and we sort of focus everything we've got on them. We might invest them, we might love our wives as best as we can, but the thing is, if we're not looking to God to guide us, then really we don't know where we're going, and we will get lost, and we'll guide them in the wrong way as well. Even though we're doing our best, we're not looking to God to help us. So then, you know, we just get lost and go in the wrong way, and then we might start listening to these big signs. And the thing is, about that main highway I was just talking about with these signs, you know, there's this massive highway where there's millions of people on, and it's all going in a nice big straight line. It's very easy to travel on. And there's tons of signs promising you different things, like promising you fame, promising you wealth. And the thing is, you might get wealthy, you might get famous, but the thing is, you'll never be satisfied, and you'll keep traveling down this road at breakneck speed until eventually the road literally just stops and you'll just fall off, because you never get satisfied, and you keep traveling down this road that keeps promising you better and better things, and you never get satisfied, and then eventually you'll just fall off the end, and that basically means you fall off and you die and you go to hell, and you didn't even really see it coming. You didn't even see the end of that road coming, and this big cliff at the end, and you just fall off, and that's the end. And you never got satisfied, you never really got true joy, you just kept following that road, and it never led you to where you needed to go. But Jesus, on the other hand, when we listen to his guidance and listen to his voice instead of putting him on mute, we go down all these side roads which will lead us. It'll be a hard journey, but it will lead us to exactly where we need to go. And the thing is, we do not actually know the journey on our own. We can't just say, right, I'm going to get here. We might try putting him on mute, saying, right, I'm going to get to this place where I need to go on my own. Okay, I'll try not to go on the highway, but I'll go down all these side roads. And the thing is, we'll just get completely lost. We'll end up in the wrong place, and it might not be where everyone else is, but it's not the right place, and we're just lost, and we really don't know where we're going. But the thing is, the good news is, it's never too late. No matter how far we've gone, no matter how far down the highway we are, no matter how lost we are, it's never too late to accept Jesus and start listening to him, and he will take us back to where we need to go. No matter how far lost we are, even if we're hanging on the edge of that cliff, he will get in that car and he will guide us exactly back to where we need to go. And that's the amazing thing about Jesus. There's nowhere in life, nowhere we can go on earth where we're too far gone. No matter what we've done, he's always willing to come in and help us, save us out of that life, and drag us, turn us round, and he'll get us back to where we need to go. That's the amazing grace of Jesus, really. But also, as I was saying, it's so easy to put other people first, even though we think that's the right thing to do. We give them all of our attention and we try our best to be good to them. The thing is, we don't really know if we do that, instead of putting Jesus first and listening to his guidance, we'll just get lost. So it's always important to keep on listening to Jesus' guidance, and then he will help you to guide you to where you need to go and help you to be the best person you can be to these other people as well. So, okay, hopefully that makes sense. Just to summarise, our life is a bit like a car journey. We are in control of where we're going generally, and it's very easy to follow these big signs, but the thing is, they'll never give us the satisfaction they promise. We'll keep on travelling down this big highway, and eventually it will just fall off at the end, and there'll be a big cliff, and that will be the end of it, and it will never give us the satisfaction it promised us, and everyone will be surprised. But if we follow Jesus' route, go down all these side roads, go down the dangerous bumpy roads, and keep on listening to his guidance, we will get to our final destination, and it'll help us reach our full potential in life, and help us get to the place where we were made to end up, instead of just the place where society tells us to end up and go, which is on the highway. It will help us to give us true fulfillment in life, and eventually we'll get to the end point. You see, the Christian journey is a bit like a car journey. You don't really ever finish it until you get to the end, and the end of the Christian journey is when you die and you see Jesus in heaven finally. That is the end of the journey, really. Before then, you never reach a point where you say, right, I've done all I need to do, I've sought God as much as I need to, and then you just stay there and you stay still. No, there never comes a point in the Christian journey where you're standing still. You're either going forwards or you're either going backwards. You're never standing still. And the thing is, you might be going backwards, but as I said, it's never too late to start going forwards again, and Jesus will always bring you back on the road you need to go, no matter how long you've been going backwards. He'll always help you to get back. And also, yes, you never reach it, you never finish the journey till you get to heaven. So just remember that there's never a time where you're just standing still. You need to make sure you're always going forwards. Keep on seeking Jesus every day, and he'll help you every single day to get to your end destination eventually. And it might not be an easy journey, but I promise you it will be the most awesome journey you could ever have imagined. You'll see such amazing views, you'll experience such amazing things, and you'll experience real joy. Even though the road you're travelling on is hard, you will experience real joy. Okay, hopefully that made a bit of sense. I'm Joshua Smith. This has been Transform, Not Conform Ministries. Stay tuned, I'll be back next time with another video, hopefully next week. Peace.